Alright, so this is my video about Napoleon and Napoleon and his accomplishments and failures, and also his economy and how it wasn't strong. So, first of all, Napoleon was a very very well renowned, very liked leader, and he rebuilt universities, roads, ports for boats. He even took the various French laws in parts of the country and created one whole law, one whole criminal code, justice code, all that, into something called the Napoleonic Code. Now, just because he sounds all fine and dandy and butterflies and rainbows, doesn't mean that he wasn't also. That doesn't mean that he wasn't also, or he didn't also do bad things. He would go out on, excuse me. He would go out to conquer people, conquer countries and stuff. But if he were to succeed, then great, the economy would thrive. However, if he did not succeed, because Napoleon obtained a bunch of goods that were either stolen from conquered countries or just simply from winning. Now, if he didn't succeed, the economy would stay down there until he won, then it would come back up. Like this. Now, if he was to lose, then his economy would drop again, but also it would force him to go on more raids to get it back up again. Now, Napoleon, he didn't just keep going on raids and stuff, but when he did lose, however, in Spain and Russia. In Spain, the citizens of the Spanish community, I guess you could call it, they came together in something called guerrilla warfare. Not the ape gorilla. It's spelled Guerrilla. Now what that means is various people, no matter what your status is or where you're from or your rank in society, whether you be middle class, high class, low class, nobility, in poverty, whatever. Anyway, you could find a weapon of sorts, and you would just come together with the rest of your town and form a very reckless and aggressive strategy to try to beat invaders. Now, this caught Napoleon off guard because he was used to versing armies that were very organized, very tactical, very powerful. Now, he lost in Spain and didn't even retreat. He actually abandoned his army and went back to France. And yet, even though he did that, he still went back and was loved by everybody. And that just boggles my mind. Now, in a shorter note, in Russia, he was brutally defeated, and reason being is because on normal raids, he would just live off the land as he was as he was marching through the country. But the Russians knew that, and so they built a strategy around it. What they did was they would stay in their town until they saw Napoleon, and they would actually retreat to another country and burn everything on the way, so that Napoleon and his army didn't have supplies to live, or energy to march, or motivation because everyone was hungry and thirsty. So after a loss of about 4,000 men, Napoleon and the rest of his army attempted to retreat, whereas the Russians saw this as a sign of weakness and used it to their advantage. They chased after the army and kept killing them off at night by one. And they wouldn't know what to do with themselves because they were the French, or the Napoleon's army, also known as the Grande Armée, was so tired and so exhausted that they couldn't do anything even during the day, let alone at night. So Napoleon got away with very few men and was not loved that time, and he resigned from being emperor, also known as leader of France. And that is my Napoleon's accomplishments and failures and his economy section. Alright, let's press on to a different topic.